Hey y'all, Chatelle Red, the grown-ass teenager in the building. And normally I don't do celebrity gossip. This is not that type of page. Y'all know Chatelle is all about jail. So therefore I will talk about Tory Lanez, how he got stabbed up in prison. You shot the Houston Hottie, Tory, so I don't really, you know what I mean? Prayers up to you. I'm glad that you survived, but you shot the Houston Hottie, and I ain't really feeling you for that. So, but let's watch the story. Let's watch the story, guys.
Tory Lanez was rushed to a hospital after getting stabbed multiple times while in prison. The rapper, who's serving a 10-year sentence for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, was in the yard of the California Correctional Institution when another inmate stabbed him, according to TMZ. His team confirmed the news on Instagram, writing in part, Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. According to the statement, Tory is now breathing on his own, and though he's still in pain, he's talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. They ended the message by saying he also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. TMZ did not cite a reason for the attack, but noted that it was bad enough to require immediate medical attention, and Tory was reportedly transported to a nearby civilian hospital in Bakersfield. Now, you may remember back in December of 2022, Tory was found guilty of shooting Megan in the foot in July of 2020 after a party at Kylie Jenner's house. He was charged with 3 felonies: assault with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. Despite his conviction, the rapper's legal team maintained his innocence, previously telling Page 6 they would explore an appeal. As for Megan, she was granted a restraining order against the musician in January after claiming he had been harassing her from behind bars. Tory isn't eligible for parole until 2029.
Prison officials say his attacker was Santino Casio, a man serving a life sentence for murder who also has a history of prison-time violence. The motive for the attack is unknown. Today, the legal team for the Canadian rapper held a news conference in downtown LA saying Lanez was railroaded by then DA George Gascon, who had just survived a recall election. And they say a bodyguard for Megan Thee Stallion has come forward saying he heard her say that she fired the weapon, not Lanez.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was a witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun.
Now, Lanez and his legal team are asking Governor Gavin Newsom to take a look at this new information and issue a full pardon.
I just want to say I'm happy, I'm glad that Tory Lanez, I'm glad that you recovered. You recovered very quickly because he had 2 collapsed lungs, they said, and now he's breathing on his own. So, and that was like the same day or probably like the next day. I'm going to say the next day, he was breathing on his own already. So he recovered very quickly. God has another plan for you. You know, I don't know. Maybe the plan is for you to stay in there and do your time for shooting the Houston Hottie. Maybe that's the plan. Yeah, you're not checking out so quick. Yeah, you just got there. Yeah, you got to do your time, brother. He had the right COs on his side. I will say that because they was on it. They saved him because 14 times is crazy. He got stabbed in the back. He got stabbed in the chest. He got stabbed in his face. He got stabbed in the back of his head. Both of his lungs collapsed. They must have started CPR right away. They called 911 immediately and got him up out of there. Because, baby, imagine if he had somebody that just don't be walking. Unless it was like a big melee, you know. But if they call him in the cell somewhere and then just close the cell door, he would have bled out and died. So I wonder if it was like out in the public, like in the common area, in the day room or something like that, that they say he got jumped. God was on your side. It wasn't your time to go. I don't like that his legal team is taking advantage of this stabbing to try to get him free now. They signing petitions and all that. No, he was tried and convicted. Now, I'm not saying that I have so much faith in the system, because I know a lot of people get tried and convicted and they be innocent. I do know that that happens. However, they have to go through the regular appeal process, the habeas corpus and all that. Yeah, you can't just sign a petition, oh, free him, we have new evidence. Nah, he got to go through the whole appeal just like everybody else. Yeah, all that sign a petition shit. They better not let him out. No, and he's been in there threatening her through his social media, through like people on the outside. Come on, nah. As far as I'm concerned, he shot the Houston Hottie, and he's supposed to be in there. Yeah, he got to go through the regular appeal process like everybody else. That's it. And the fact that he got stabbed 14 times like that, like that guy who stabbed him up, he looked like a gangbanger. And I don't know if Tory's in the gang, but he did recently just post a picture with 2 other dudes. They wasn't throwing up no gang signs or nothing, but I don't know. In my experience, they look gang affiliated. And the fact that he doesn't want to be in PC, that he wants to be in GP. For those who don't know, PC is protective custody. That's where they put a lot of celebrities in protective custody. They normally go in there automatically. He wanted to be in regular GP, which is general population. So he must feel like he good. You know what I mean? Like he got some type of protection. And mostly that type of protection and confidence comes from being in a gang. Because I know when Cameron was in my building when I was in the 6th building on Rikers Island, Cameron was in there and he refused to go into PC. He was like, nope. He was in regular GP. That sounds like a hit. With that, so you know, if he's not gang affiliated, then maybe that was a hit. Somebody put a hit on him, because they do that. They take those lifers who's never getting out, and they pay them to take somebody out. Because what you gonna do to them? Give them life again? Contract killing. That's what they be doing. He ain't never got to do that slavery, working in the jail for cents. You know what I mean? Because they get paid like cents an hour. Maybe they get paid $1 and change now, inflation and all that. I don't know. But they don't really get paid nothing. So contract killing, yeah. If I was in there for life, I'd be a contract killer too. But that's all I got to say about that, y'all. Until next time, later.